What does it mean to be truly alive, fully engaged, and completely absorbed in what you are doing? We've all had moments when time seemed to vanish, when work or play felt effortless, and when we were at our very best. This is what psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi calls flow. And his book, Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Experience, is about how to find this state more often and build a life around it. Csikszentmihalyi spent decades studying artists, athletes, musicians, and professionals across fields to understand why some people find joy and fulfillment in their work, while others struggle with boredom or anxiety. His answer is that the key to happiness is not passive leisure or external rewards, but being deeply engaged in meaningful activity. Flow is that magical state where challenge meets skill, where focus is total, and where action and awareness merge. The core idea is that happiness is not something we find by accident, but something we can create by designing our lives for flow. Let's dive into the lessons of this book. The first lesson is defining flow. Flow is the state when you are so absorbed in what you're doing that time seems to disappear, distractions fade, and you're simply immersed. Think of a musician lost in their music, a gamer so focused they forget the clock, or a rock climber fully in tune with the wall. Flow is enjoyable, but it's not about relaxation, it's about active engagement. People often think happiness means comfort, but flow shows us that fulfillment often comes from effort. The second lesson is that flow happens when challenge and skill are in balance. If a task is too easy compared to your skill, you get bored. If it's too hard, you feel anxious. Flow emerges when the challenge stretches you but remains within reach of your abilities. That's why video games, sports, or complex projects can be addictive. They constantly adjust difficulty to keep you in the sweet spot. The takeaway: growth comes from aiming just beyond your current level. The third lesson is about goals and feedback. Flow requires clear goals, so you know what you're aiming for, and immediate feedback, so you can adjust as you go. Imagine playing tennis with no score, or painting with no sense of progress. You'd quickly lose motivation. Structure and feedback keep you immersed. The fourth lesson is the merging of action and awareness. In flow, you stop overthinking and simply act. A basketball player in the zone doesn't consciously analyze every move they just flow. Writers, musicians, and performers often describe this as a state where they lose themselves, yet perform at their peak. This state is not just enjoyable, but deeply creative. The fifth lesson is about the loss of self-consciousness. Normally, we are distracted by self-doubt, by wondering how others see us, or by worrying about mistakes. In flow, this fades. You are not judging yourself. You are simply absorbed in doing. Ironically, this often leads to better performance and deeper confidence afterward. The sixth lesson is the distortion of time. When in flow, hours can pass like minutes, or moments can feel stretched out. Time bends to the intensity of focus. This distortion is not just interesting, but evidence of how completely your mind is engaged. The seventh lesson is that flow leads to growth. Every time you enter flow, you are stretching your skills and expanding your capacities. Over time, this leads to mastery. A musician practicing, an athlete training, or a professional solving complex problems all grow through repeated immersion in flow. Flow makes hard work enjoyable and growth natural. The eighth lesson is that flow can happen in many areas: work, play, art, sports, even ordinary daily life. Washing dishes can feel dull, but if you treat it as a mindful challenge, noticing the rhythm, the sensations, and aiming for perfection, you can enter a mini flow state. The key is not the activity itself, but how you engage with it. The ninth lesson is that passive leisure often fails to bring happiness. Watching television or scrolling through social media provides distraction but rarely flow. People often report feeling empty afterward. Active engagement, by contrast, produces energy and satisfaction. Flow requires effort, but it is rewarding effort. The 10th lesson is designing your life for flow. Csikszentmihalyi argues that happiness is not about chasing pleasures, but about structuring your life around activities that bring flow. That means choosing work, hobbies, and relationships that challenge and engage you. A job may pay well, but if it never brings flow, it may not bring happiness. Modern relevance is clear. In today's world of constant distraction, flow is rarer than ever. Phones buzz, notifications pull us away, and multitasking scatters our attention. Csikszentmihalyi warns that divided attention prevents flow. The ability to focus deeply is more valuable now than ever before. Companies that help employees enter flow see higher productivity. Individuals who cultivate flow report deeper satisfaction. In an age where leisure is often passive and unfulfilling, flow offers a path to meaningful happiness. So, how do we apply this in practice? First, seek activities that balance, challenge, and skill. If your work feels dull, add difficulty or set new goals. If it feels overwhelming, break tasks into smaller steps. Second, create clear goals. Define what success looks like in each activity so you have direction. Third, seek feedback. Pay attention to results so you can adjust and stay immersed. Fourth, minimize distractions. Create environments that allow deep focus. Turn off notifications, set aside time, and protect your attention. Fifth, embrace learning. See challenges as opportunities to stretch yourself rather than threats to avoid. Sixth, integrate flow into daily life. Even chores or routines can become engaging if approached with attention and challenge. Seventh, replace passive leisure with active engagement. Choose hobbies that involve creativity, skill, or challenge: music, writing, cooking, sports, or crafts. Flow also teaches us something profound about meaning. People often think happiness comes from consuming or achieving, but Csikszentmihalyi shows that it comes from immersion in the process. Meaning is not something out there waiting, it is something we create by how we engage with life. Flow is not only about joy, but about living fully. The big takeaway from flow is this: happiness is not found in comfort or distraction, but in engagement. By designing your life to maximize flow, balancing challenge and skill, setting goals, focusing deeply, and seeking immersion, you can transform work and play into sources of lasting fulfillment. That was Flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, broken down into its most powerful lessons in under 10 minutes. Which idea resonates most with you? The balance of challenge and skill, the merging of action and awareness, or designing life for flow? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to like this video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of life-changing books. Thanks for watching, and remember, true happiness comes not from escape, but from full engagement with life.